Let's make sure we can now also delete items in the cart. And for this, in cart.ejs, I will change my list item a bit. In there, I'll add a div first of all, or maybe let's add a paragraph to be semantically more correct, which will output the text for this cart item, so things like the name and the quantity. And then I will also add a little button there, wrapped in a form. The form should go to cart delete item maybe. The method will be a post method, and in the form, I will of course have my button with a class of button with a type of submit, which says delete. If we now reload the cart here, we see delete. This is the button. We can certainly work on the styling, but for now I just want to make sure that it works. Now this is the delete button, and if I click that, it, well, should delete this item, of course. So cart delete item is a route we now need to add, and therefore let's go to routes here in shop.js, because of course this is a customer action. Our customers will manage their cart. And there below the cart, I'll add a router post method, cart delete item. Now we need a fitting action in the controller, so in the shop controller here. And there I got get cart and post cart. Now I will also have exports post cart delete product maybe. You can of course use any name you want. And in here, we'll have to remove that product from the cart, but only from the cart, not the product itself. Well, to do that, let's first of all extract the product ID from the request body product ID. And therefore, we need to make sure that we pass it there too. So in our form, let's again add this hidden input with a value of our p product data.id and then a name of product ID so that we can extract it by that name on our backend. And with that added, with this hidden input added here, let's now go back into the controller. And with that ID, let's access the cart, and then there we can delete a product, right? Now that delete product function takes the ID of the product, and we do have that, but it also takes the price. And therefore, we should get that product information first. So let's also call product find by ID here, and get that product for this ID, and add a callback with the retrieved product, simply so that we can get the price before we, well, issue the delete request. So in there, in this callback, I will call delete product, and now I can pass in product price too. And of course, we could have also used a hidden input to pass the price to the backend, but I think this is the cleaner approach if we only pass the ID through the request, and then we do all the data retrieval on the backend in our Node Express code. So now we got delete product, and with that, we can also send a redirect request back to cart. And in theory, this should be all we need. Now, of course, the missing thing is that we connect our cart delete item route to the newly created shop controller action, the post cart delete product action. And with that added in the shop.js file in the routes folder, we can reload our cart page here, click delete, and we see our products. By the way, you can ignore these errors on the right. These are related to my local network here. So now I got no products in the cart, and if we have a look at our cart JSON, it's indeed empty. Product JSON still has the products though. And if I quickly add another product with no real image, like this, so that I have more than one, and I add both to my cart, and I delete just a book here, only that is removed, also in cart JSON. So this seems to work just fine. Let's also delete this one now. Seems to work good. And with that, we improved our app a lot, and you hopefully got a bit of a feeling for how you can pass data around and how you can work with your models. Now, correctly, you would say that, of course, our current approach here in the models is a bit suboptimal, because working with the file and so on, it's not that great. We can also improve some things in the controllers, Because, for example, as I said, we should redirect if we know that the deletion succeeded and not right after this line. Because since we access a file in there, theoretically, we should use a callback here too. But these are all things I will do once we finally also added a database, something we will do in the next module now. So, time to move on to this exciting big block of the course.